happens if they touch us?
You're looking at it.
Mummy!
Go to your room.
This one might be personal opinion, but I really don't like when they add the conclusion just casually to the next time. It's far too easy to miss, and clearly the producers agree because they don't continue with this.
Go to your room!
I really can't decide if this is a cloister or not. This is both sheer stupidity and sheer brilliance. I think it balances itself out. BBC.
It's valuable, name a price. When he's put 50% up front, oops, German bomb falls on it, destroys it forever. He never gets to see what he's paid for. Never knows he's been had. I buy him a drink with his own money and we discuss dumb luck. The perfect self-cleaning con.
Yeah, perfect.
Assuming the mark doesn't demand a refund, or arrive an hour either side of your desire.
Pay's nice if you want to make a vacation of it, though, but you gotta set your alarm for Volcano Day.
Feel like I missed a joke. Obviously got the reference, but not the joke, especially seeing as how, in a later episode, we learn that it happens sort of like in the afternoon.
I harm no one. I don't know what's happening here, but believe me, I had nothing to do with it.
Squadron Leader Jack seems far too sure of this, especially considering how wrong he is. Jump scare, and that's based on how weak it is, not how many times I've had to change my pants after watching this scene.
I thought you were Jamie.
Why would you tell the kid you thought he was Jamie? Also, through the entirety of the last episode, she referred to the child as him or the child. Why is she now calling him Jamie? Also, why would she think it's Jamie? He's not shouting mummy to give away his location.
Main reactor went critical, vaporized the lot.
Like I said, once.
Why would the Doctor destroy the Sonic factory? Shouldn't that be where he gets all of his screwdrivers from?
I like bananas. Bananas are good.
That has to be one of Nine's most quotable lines, and I quote it regularly.
Pattern.
Digital.
Squender's gun.
Yeah.
I like it.
And she wonders why the Doctor's hiding the screwdriver. He was in that room for like a day, maybe two, might be three, a push. So how did he do that much drawing? Especially seeing as how so far we haven't actually seen that much childlike behaviour, except from looking for his mummy, of course. Magnetic tape recorders like that wouldn't have been in England in 1941. They were only actually in Germany at this time.
Cutters, torch, food. And I'd like to use your bathroom before I leave, please. Oh, look. There's the sweat on your brow.
On this series, I have a tendency to remove one cloister for the sassiest character. It's usually Nine. He's just been beaten.
Coming out of the walls, can you feel it?
What they are meant to feel never gets explained.
Here.
They really should be listening to that child.
Here. Can't you see me?
What's that noise?
That noise is the child making it very, very obvious where he is.
I'm here now. Can't you see me?
Could he be making his location any more obvious?
Mummy!
Great switch! But the Doctor didn't really get close enough to Squadron Leader Jack to do that. Also, where did the Doctor get a banana from? Actually, on second thoughts, I take that back. I can imagine Nine carrying around a bunch of bananas at all times.
Every living thing in this hospital.
Ignoring the three obvious exceptions, that's a pretty big presumption. There may be someone else around. Dr. Constantine lasted until like an hour ago, and there may have been someone else here.
Doctor, are you okay?
Could have used a warning.
She did give one.
Never had a lot of cabinets to put up.
In nuwho, the sonic screwdriver is basically a magic wand, and the best example the Doctor can come up with is cabinets.
I was gonna send for another one, but somebody's gotta blow up the factory.
Oh, I know.
You are a time traveller. Go back to before he blew up the factory.
Should hold it for a bit.
The door, the wall didn't stop it.
Squadron Leader Jack should work for Whovian sins.
Find us first.
Some of the gas mask zombies just saw you run in here, and as you said a second ago,
It's every living thing in this hospital.
Well, the assets conversation went in a flash, didn't it?
only because you're holding back, vortex manipulator, teleporter, ship, all sorts.
Yeah. Jack just disappeared.
Why wouldn't Squadron Leader Jack explain, or at least say, "Trust me, I'll be back," before vanishing?
Always comes for us.
No. Ernie, he doesn't. He always comes after me. You're in danger because of me.
You're the one that keeps us safe.
So who's typing?
This doesn't really prove he wouldn't have come for them anyway.
The child can on-com too.
He can.
Anything with a speaker grid.
That explains this then.
I mean, the child can phone us.
And I can hear you, coming to find you.
How has it not found them yet? Even ignoring the fact that the other gas mask zombie saw them, how can it track them to that speaker without knowing where they are?
What you doing?
Trying to set up a resonation pattern in the concrete. Loosen the bars.
First of all, screwdriver ex machina. Second of all, again, why did he use cabinets in his argument with Jack earlier on?
You don't think he's coming back, do you?
Wouldn't bet my life.
Although I'll agree that Squadron Leader Jack doesn't really seem that trustworthy, if he wasn't coming back you would never have heard from him again.
No, Captain Jack fixed me up.
Oh, we're calling him Captain Jack now, are we?
What?
Nope, I'm still calling him Squadron Leader Jack.
Jack, and he's a captain.
He's not really a captain, Rose.
The Doctor should work for Whovian sins, although I beat him to the punch by like an episode.
I think you're experiencing captain envy.
I don't care, you keep calling Squadron Leader Jack a captain, I will keep cloistering.
People notice when they've been teleported.
Except that whilst you were talking to them, they clearly weren't on the ship.
Burnt my hand on the console when we landed. All better now.
Inventing another injury that hasn't been mentioned yet, just to show off the nanogenes. They're clearly not going to be relevant to the plot, are they?
We're talking about dancing.
It didn't look like talking.
Didn't feel like dancing.
And the subject of dancing was dropped before you left the window.
Woke up one morning when I was still working for them. Found they'd stolen 2 years of my memories. I'd like them back.
They stole your memories.
2 years of my life. No idea what I did.
This is an incredibly interesting subplot, and fantastic character motivation for Squadron Leader Jack. So good that I would be removing multiple cloisters, except that they don't delve into it at all again.
Friend over there doesn't trust me. And for all I know, he's right not to.
Why, oh why does that line not have a payoff?
Yes, Mummy.
Jenkins?
Sorry. Sir, I don't know what's the matter with...
Look, lock me up, fine, but not here. Please, anywhere but here.
Kudos on Nancy for not giving the details so that she doesn't seem insane. But something is obviously wrong with Jenkins. So much so that Algie should not just walk off without a thought. Yes, we're getting to see the transformation sequence again. Awesome. Can't wait, absolutely. Oh. Okay.
Oh, by his time, you lot spread out across half the galaxy.
Meaning?
So many species, so little time.
Did the family show just blatantly refer to interspecies hanky-panky?
Contaminants airborne now, there's hours left.
For what?
Till nothing. Forever for the entire human race.
Ours seems way too sudden. Bear in mind it's taken a month to do what it's done already. It's going to take at least another couple of weeks.
They've been trying to get in.
Of course they have. They think they've got their hands on Hitler's latest secret weapon.
And rather than arriving at the moment that it arrives to get rid of the potentially dangerous object, you come a month later, then waste time whilst you're here. I know I closed it last time, but if you're going to say it like it seems obvious, my point needs repeating. Nice red alert.
What happened to Red?
That's just humans. By everyone else's standards, spreads camp. Captain, secure those gates.
Why?
Just do it.
What about the people, such as Algie and Jenkins, that are already in the camp?
2,428 gates.
Setting 2,428D. You're telling me that the screwdriver has at least 2,500 settings. Also, you're telling me that out of 2,500 settings, the best setting you can come up with as to why the screwdriver is good is putting up cabinets. Oh, and screwdriver ex machina.
Nanogenes.
It wasn't empty, Captain. There was enough nanogenes in there to rebuild a species.
Oh, God.
We're getting it now, are we?
How did Jack not get enough information to at least get some sort of indication that this was what was happening? At the very least, he would have been able to assume nanogenes were in there, and could have guessed they were in some way responsible. Then when we see his face, the instant the Doctor mentions the nanogenes, it's just obvious that he can put two and two together enough to figure it all out.
What's life? Life's easy. A quirk of matter, nature's way of keeping meat fresh. Nothing to a nanogene.
These nanogenes are absolutely fantastic. You should scoop them up, put them in the TARDIS, then whenever someone dies, just drag them in the TARDIS, boom, sorted.
Can't tell what's gas mask and what's skull, but they do their best. Then off they fly, off they go, work to be done. Because you see, now they think they know what people should look like, and it's time to fix all the rest.
If they think the gas mask and the cut are how humans are meant to be, why would they allow bigger differences, like hair colour, to remain? Surely with this logic, notably the cut in the hand, they should all become identical clones of Jamie. Also, that'll give account for all the physical changes, but why are they all looking for their mummy?
Genes don't just fix you up, they get you ready for the front line, equip you, program you.
That's why the child's so strong. Why it could do that phoning thing.
If the upgrades were intentional, surely they would keep it even once they're all properly healed.
Captain.
And you're doing so well, Doctor. Squadron leader.
Teenage single mother in 1941.
If you want to get technical, and you know I do, she's not a teenager in 1941 anymore.
I am so sorry.
See? These nanogenes glow. Why didn't they do it when they were doing all the rest of the transformations? Also, the power of cuddle saves the day!
What happened?
The nanogenes recognized the superior information, the parent DNA. They didn't change you because you changed them.
So, to clarify, if Jamie had touched Nancy at any point during the last month, this would have all been over.
Taking care of it.
How?
Psychology.
Why is he now suddenly trusting Jack to do the right thing? The bomb has Schletzer Wolf written on the side of it, which is translated to inferior or worse wolf. If it was Bozer Wolf, that would be evil or bad wolf, which would be a perfect reference to the series arc. Also, bombs don't usually have names printed on them. It's not unheard of, but it's very unlikely.
They also seem to be standing around in a disused railway station. Is there any particular reason for that?
Yeah, well, you know, cutbacks.
The correct response to that is...
I don't believe it! Mrs. Harcourt, how much better you are looking.
My leg's grown back.
The correct response to someone's leg randomly growing back is...
Don't believe it!
All in all things considered, fantastic.
Look at you beaming away like your Father Christmas.
Who says I'm not Red Bicycle when you were 12?
This does beg the question, because of time travel, as to whether or not he's already gotten her a red bicycle, or whether he has now decided he will get her a red bicycle and give it to her in the past. If it's the latter, I do have some headcanon, which doesn't save it from a cloister, I might add, that the Doctor did, soon after meeting Rose, give her a bike, so that if she ever did use that expression, he had the perfect comeback. Even so, that question is way too much... Huh? It would appear that the Doctor's absolute joy in this scene and enthusiasm is reversing the polarity of the cloistron flow.
I'm on fire!
What about Jack?
He is about to be literally on fire.
Can we jettison it?
Any attempt to jettison the device will precipitate detonation.
Can we teleport it? That's a fantastic suggestion. Teleporting increases chances of survival by 100%.
There is no escape pod on board.
Did you check everywhere?
Affirmative.
Under the sink!
Affirmative.
Who keeps an escape pod under the sink? Also, why doesn't Squadron Leader Jack just use his vortex manipulator?
Elimination of Captain Jack Harkness in under 2 minutes. 100% probability.
First of all, Squadron Leader. Secondly, why does the computer not factor in the vortex manipulator? Also, computing probability would not give 100%. It's illogical for a computer to say that. 99% is fine. 99.999% is even better. But 100% is too much. I mean, there could be a ship randomly passing by, or, you know, a random teleport beam or something like that. Anything could happen. Why was there no materialization warping? Okay, so bonus round time. So, first thing to note is I love the tone of this episode. I think they managed to do it very well, where they had the very serious notes, one of the scariest monsters we've had around for a long time, one of the sort of more serious times, everything like that. It's a very serious episode, yet still manages to keep the tone happy and jolly. I think that that's one thing which is very good, and sort of seeing the TARDIS team, the Jack Rose and Dr. TARDIS team, is actually really good. So I've got to remove closer for them. Second of all, the general conclusion, the everybody lives conclusion, I think is fantastic. Especially with the way that the Doctor is reacting to it. It is sort of just like really over the moon and brilliant and so well shown there. It's a very good way to end the episode, and yeah, I actually really love it. Even if I do mock it with the power of Hug Saves the Day Cloister, it's a really good way to end it. So yeah, I've got to remove Cloister for that. Oh, that brings our final Cloister count for this episode down to 66, with a sentence of:
The Garnetto is the best. You will like, comment, and subscribe.
The Doctor slipping you a banana. Shameless self-plugging time. Please could you go and have a look at my channel, and I've got a lot of new videos there. If you see something you like, please just stick a like or a comment or something like that to let me know you want more of it, so that you can help shape the channel to what you'd like to see. Also, I have a Twitter, which is probably the best way of getting in touch with me. And yeah, thank you very much for your time, and see you next time.